More news coming in from Israel, where sirens sound in Haifa overnight as Israel attempts to intercept Iranian missiles. Sirens sounded across Haifa in the early hours of Monday as Israeli interceptors were seen pursuing an Iranian missile. The latest barrage comes after Iran named Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's son Mojtaba to succeed his father as the supreme leader, signaling that hardliners remain firmly in charge in Tehran. Now, in fact, Israel, ahead of this announcement, threatened to target whoever was chosen to replace Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, to succeed Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. And the expanding Iran war has severely impacted the oil trade and surging prices also that has sparked a fall in share futures in Asia on Monday amid fears of rising living costs. Remember, this comes after Israel had attacked the fuel depots in Iran's capital, Tehran. We saw how several fuel depots were attacked by Israel in Iran. And now, in the latest, what we're learning that there were sirens sounded in Haifa as Israel attempted to intercept Iranian missile. And in fact, these Israeli interceptors were seen pursuing an Iranian missile, and this was in the early hours of Monday. And India Today Global's Pranay Upadhyay is with us with more details on this story. Pranay, after Israel carried out strikes on the fuel depots in Tehran, what we're learning is that sirens sounded in Haifa in Israel as they attempted to intercept Iranian missile.
Anjali, for any Iranian missile to reach Israel, it takes about 10 to 12 minutes. And it has to cross many territories, even if you take the Iraq route or the Saudi Arabia route or Jordan route or any route for that matter. So clearly, Iran is still being able to hit at various locations of Israel. In fact, the sirens are sounding in Haifa city, and this is not for the first time. We have seen how the cluster bombs or cluster ammunition is being used by the Iranian missiles. The ballistic missiles are still hitting at at various locations in Israel. And in fact, as per these reports, in last 10 days, around 11 Israelis have died, have lost their lives in these Iranian missile strikes. So clearly, this is also a very telling situation for the Israeli Iron Dome and their multi-layered missile defense system. And also on the other side, if you see that Iranian missiles are also hitting at, and their drones are also hitting at the various targets, because as per the latest report, a U.S. base in Bahrain and also a U.S. base in Erbil of Iraq has also come under a drone strike. Though the details are still emerging from these sites, but definitely Iran is still being able to hit back and carry out these counter-strike. So clearly, after the selection of Mojtaba Khamenei, there is a continuation of the same policy. And in fact, Iran want to show that their will to fight is still there. And they still have that ammunition despite sustaining so much of airstrikes and so much of destruction in their territory. They still has the capacity.
All right, Pranay, thank you for those details. So Iran continues to mount its attack on Israel. In fact, sirens were sounded in Haifa overnight as Israel attempted to intercept the Iranian missile.